All right, let's dive into a document that is, without a doubt, the unsung hero of pretty much every major construction project, the worksite notification. You can think of it as the real blueprint for safety and for doing things by the book. It's that first absolutely critical step before a single shovel hits the dirt. So picture it, a huge construction site. You've got tons of different teams, heavy machinery all over the place. I mean, how do you keep that from turning into total chaos? Well, the answer is the Work Site Notification, or WSN for short. It's the project's official starting gun, making sure safety is baked in from day one. So, what exactly is this thing? The best way to think about it is like a formal handshake between the construction project and the people in charge, the regulatory authorities. It's the official, here's what we're doing, declaration, where you lay all your cards on the table. At its heart, a WSN is exactly what it sounds like, a formal notice. The contractor puts this document together and sends it off to a regulatory body, like the Department of Labor, giving them the whole scoop on the project's size, scope, and all the safety plans. This is really step one for accountability. You know, the WSN isn't just a one-and-done kind of thing. It's actually a living document that grows and changes right along with the project. It all kicks off with a pre-commencement notice before you start. Then, if things change in a big way, you file a change notification. And finally, when all the work is done, you send in a completion notice to officially wrap things up. Okay, but why all the fuss? Why is the WSN so incredibly important? Well, because it's a whole lot more than just another piece of paper to file. It's a powerhouse for safety and for staying on the right side of the law. Let's dig into why it carries so much weight. It really boils down to four key pillars. First up is legal compliance. This keeps the project out of hot water. Second, you've got safety monitoring, which gives the authorities a chance to look over your plans and even stop by for inspections. Third is risk management, making sure you're thinking about safety before work starts. And finally, there's documentation, which creates a crystal clear record of who's responsible for what. And let me be perfectly clear, this is not an optional step. The consequences for not doing this are serious. We're talking hefty fines, legal action, and even a complete shutdown of the entire worksite. This one document holds a huge amount of power to protect both the workers and the project itself. So we get the why. Now let's talk about the how. How do you actually get this done? The application process is actually a pretty straightforward path to getting compliant and turning that safety plan into a legally recognized document. The process really breaks down into four simple steps. First is preparation. That's filling out all the necessary forms. Then comes submission, where you send it to your local safety authorities. After that is validation, where they'll review your plans. And the final step is display. You have to post a copy right there on the worksite so everyone can see it. Now, for those really high-risk projects, things like working your major power lines or big gas pipes, there's a crucial 14-day review period. And this isn't just red tape. It's a vital safety check to make sure every single protocol is absolutely airtight before anyone gets to work. A successful submission really is all about the details. If you want a smooth approval process, you've got to get it right. So let's break down exactly what kind of information they're looking for. The WSN really needs the full picture of the project. This means the basics, of course, like the site address and what you're building, but also all the key players, the owner, the main contractor, and your safety coordinators. A detailed timeline and an estimate of how many people will be on site are also essential to paint that complete, transparent picture. And just a heads up, for the more complex or high-risk jobs, you're probably going to need to provide more info. This could mean things like detailed site drawings, official risk assessments, and method statements that spell out exactly how you'll handle hazardous tasks safely. Okay, we've covered the what, the why, and the how of the WSN. But what's next? What does the future hold for this essential document? In our last section, let's look at the big picture of compliance and some of the really exciting stuff on the horizon. It's interesting, because WSNs can be both proactive and reactive. Most of the time, you're filing them before a project even starts, but they can also be triggered by things like a big change in the project's scope or if a new hazard pops up. This flexibility is what keeps the system useful on a real dynamic construction site. Now, this is where it gets really cool. The future of the WSN is digital. We are quickly moving away from static paper forms and into a world of real-time data and automated alerts. Just imagine a system where IoT sensors on a site are giving a constant stream of safety info, completely revolutionizing how we manage risk.
Which brings us to a really fascinating question, right? Are we on the verge of the WSN transforming from a simple document into a live, dynamic safety dashboard? The idea of being able to monitor and protect construction sites in real time, well, that's a true game changer for the entire industry. Thanks for tuning in.